my YouTube channel turns 12 years old this month, and it's wild and also existential crisis inducing to think that someone born when I started it would be graduating elementary school and about to head into middle school. And that number will only continue to grow as the years tick on. I know I'm jumping the gun a little bit on the anniversary date, but the last few days have been a good opportunity to, I'm looking for a less cliche word than reflect, but to reflect on the last 12 and a half years and how lucky I've been to be able to do this for such a long time and to still have people watching, and that I know I can focus a lot on the algorithm, and it's very easy to look at other people making content and compare yourself to them. And I got to remind myself that at the end of the day, none of that matters at all, because I've been fortunate enough to have food and a roof over my head, and probably most importantly, have my health, because if you don't have that, what else really matters? And everything else on top of that is truly just a bonus, right? And that even if tomorrow everybody forgot about me and no one was watching my streams or my videos anymore, I've been fortunate enough to do this for such a long time to where I wouldn't have to scramble to find some replacement job immediately afterwards. I'd be able to take my time and find something else interesting that I want to do with my life. And it's a very privileged and fortunate place to be in. And as such, I think not only do I want to thank those of you watching this, but the people who watched in the past. And maybe they moved on and have different interests now, but still at one point or another, they helped to facilitate me being able to do this for as long as I have. And like I said, I think everything is just a bonus, truly. I know it sounds like I'm getting super, super deep and sentimental, and I'm sorry about that. But, you know, like I said, with the past few days with the passing of Technoblade, it causes you to just think about your own position, and also just how impressive he was at being able to construe to the world such a laid back and also strong personality despite what he was going through. And I'm sure that was something that anyone else in a similar situation could look at and be able to let some of that positivity brush off onto them, so that they could, you know, maybe try to find some of the good in their situation. And I just know that if I was 22, 23 years old and met with a diagnosis like that, there's no chance that I would be able to respond to it as strong and as gracefully as he did. And I just find it so incredibly impressive how he reacted. And I think it probably had a monumental impact on other people, both in similar situations and not in similar situations. And I think it was pretty incredible. I didn't know him as well as many others in MCC and on the Dream SMP, but there was no one else I ever played against who who made me as terrified as he did. There were obviously other people in competitions who have been very good, but never have I been as terrified knowing that I am being chased by anyone else so much as him. To the point where I feel like we should watch this clip. Apparently, I just, as soon as I knew that I was being chased by him, I would just immediately be like, oh God, I'm gonna die. This is the end for me. And I would get very sad, to the point where he couldn't use my clips in any content that he was making because I was too depressed. Quite the competitor. No one else had a similar effect, but he was someone who, completely unproblematic, never saw him get into any bad situations or have anything ill said about him by anyone else. So nothing but good things to say, and it's terribly sad that he was taken away so soon. And again, just causes you to think what is truly important at the end of the day is just health and happiness, and being able to hopefully have people around you who care about you, which obviously he had so many of. And so even though I most days love to just be able to stay home and be alone and stream or make content or just be by myself exercising, it's nice to know that there are people around me, both friends and family, who I can turn to in the event that there is something that is up that could use a support system or something like that. It would be harder to be a hermit without having the people around you, if that makes any sense. I do actually think, even though it's a clip that I've watched before, I don't know if it was on this channel or not, or if it was just on the subreddit on the second channel, but I think it's worth giving it a watch.
Sick of us one day and block us off of this.
Oh yeah.
We've been doing this since the first event,
Oh,
too.
let me tell you, he's sick of me.
Alright, I am live now. Hello.
Dream, help us punch CaptainSparklez.
Dream.
Yeah.
Where?
We are bullying the short
We're by the
man.
Knox
Join.
sign.
I can tell
Oh,
CaptainSparklez is sick of me because every tournament that I win, I go to like get people's perspectives, and I can never use CaptainSparklez because every time he sees me, he instantly goes into like a depressive state. Like his whole day is ruined.
That's the Techno team. Oh, we're ruined.
The second he's like, oh, it's Technoblade.
It's Calvin. I have.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
For a moment, I was actually enjoying Minecraft
we're by the
again for the
chicken.
first time in years.
I
But
died
once
in 2
I saw
hits.
that pig's face, oh.
Oh my god. I got
Friends low.
We were so close. Oh, God, they're all here. Okay. Well.
Yep.
Here, I'm gonna die. Wait, I'm out.
Hurling out?
Yep.
I'm hurled out.
But can you blame me for how many
And then I can't put it
times
in the video because
he's
it just
destroyed
ruins
me?
the vibes. He's like genuinely depressed. I want to give him like a hug or something. Like,
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
Yep. Come on. Oh crap, dude. Oh yeah. Go. Go.
Oh no! Oh my
Jesus.
God.
did I have to kill him? I could have let him play longer, man.
Oh God, that's Technoblade. Jesus.
Oh no.
Are you kidding me right now? Are you going in? Yikes, here.
Yeah. I'm stuck in this thing. I'm stuck in it.
Oh
I'm
shoot,
stuck in it.
Technoblade's hitting me.
I'm trying
I
to
didn't
get
even
out,
have a
trying to get out,
chance.
Trying to get out.
Damn.
I could have let him fodder for a little bit.
I know, or I could have killed like his teammates first, I guess, man. Now I feel bad. Am I a bad person?
There's a lot of times that he killed me. Oh man, I might be really up there in terms of being thoroughly destroyed the most by him across Minecraft tournaments. Out of everyone who's played in MCC who I could be teamed with, I had hoped more than anyone else that at some point I would be teamed with him. And it's really sad that that can't happen now. But I guess it goes to show what an impression he made. No one has ever struck so much fear. Anyway, with all that said, I guess, again, just thanks to you and the people of the past who watched me at some point. And like I got into with the last vlog that I uploaded, I'm trying not to care quite as much about, the algorithm. Ironically, obviously, the algorithm went and completely boosted that video about not following the algorithm, because of course it did. I want to just, make the content that I started with, that again, a lot of people who are still here started with, and algorithm be damned. Just think every day and reflect on how lucky I am to be here, and therefore try to just stress less about things and think more about the things that I do have, rather than striving to attain the things that I do not, because I have been so fortunate to be in this position at a relatively young age. Yeah, obviously I'm old. I know I'm a boomer, but still to be in a place where, again, if tomorrow everybody was like, I don't know who CaptainSparklez is, I'm not interested, I wouldn't have to scramble in order to be okay and still have a roof over my head. And at 30, to be in that position is very fortunate. It's fortunate, honestly, to be in that position at any age, it seems like now. So I try to think about that and be appreciative of it, regardless of whatever else might be going on with how many people are watching videos on whatever platforms, and what out there is the trendiest thing to do, and try to jump in on that. Will I probably still think about those things? Absolutely. I feel like it's human nature, at least my nature, but I'm doing my best to then, back myself up a little bit, and we'll see. It's a process to always improve at, and I don't think there's any point where I'll have it perfectly down pat, but it's something I can try to be conscious of. So that said, man, 12 years, it's a while. We have 6 more years until it'll be an exact 50-50 breakdown of life before YouTube and life after YouTube. When I'm 80 years old, if I make it to 80 years old, will I still be doing it? Who knows? The crazy thing is, I would never have thought that I would last 12 years when I started. I figured it would be, 2 or 3. Even when I dropped out of school, I was like, I'll probably end up having to go back to school at some point, which will always be there. Maybe I'll give it a good 3-4 year run, and then I'll have to find something else to do. And yet still, here we are 12 years later, which if I ever feel like things aren't going my way with the algorithm or something like that, I have to just think, you didn't think you would be here this many years later, okay? You thought you were going to be done like 6 years ago. So be thankful that it's still going on 12 years on, and looks like it's still got a few more good years at least. Again, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Even if you're not watching anymore, thank you to you too for watching at some point, because it's been quite a ride. And hopefully I will be able to keep doing it for a good bit longer. Maybe hopefully more than those initial 3-4 years that I thought maybe I had after I dropped out of university. And, I think maybe my mom is convinced at this point that it was probably the better choice. I'm kidding. She understands now. It took a few years. It did. But she knows now that it was probably the better choice to go for this rather than sticking around with university. And it's really interesting. I do sometimes find myself thinking, like, wouldn't it be cool to learn something? And I've thought about the idea of not even going back to school at some point in my life to like get a degree and pursue a career, but just picking a topic that's interesting that I'd want to learn more about, not having to worry about the general education requirements you're forced to do, but just being able to like take the classes that really, have the information you want to learn, and being able to learn something new. It just sounds like it could be interesting. I don't know if I'll ever do it. It'd probably be later on in my life, but I do find myself kind of romanticizing about that idea. Anyway, just that's all. I'm gonna start rambling too much if I continue now, but that's all for now. Happy birthday, CaptainSparklez. It's been a fun ride. Hopefully it'll still keep going. And that's all for now. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.